What's up, world? It's Arson. Make sure you subscribe to my page, ARSON. This video is going to be about there's no such thing as racism. It's only spirits. There's no such thing as racism. There's only spirits. Uh, Racism is it was created, but it's not a real thing. And so, what I wanted to really address is how it was it was propaganda, and it was more of something that was pretty much pumped up more than the actual spirit that we deal with, And so, I know it seems a little mundane, but I'm gonna break it down. Uh, Racism is nothing but the spirit of jealousy and hate, and people include that in that title, though. People that want to keep this agenda going or think that is something more than what it really is. No, you're just jealous of me. You're not being racist towards me. That racist is just a cultural aspect of what hate and jealousy brings, or what y'all created. It was something that was created, like Santa Claus, and and the characters in the Bible and stuff like that. And so there's no such thing as racism. There's only hate and jealousy and envy and malice and death and destruction. Those spirits lie inside of the actual person, you know. It's no hard feelings, because uh, something that a thief and a bully does is they got to cover their tracks. And so for them to cover their tracks, they have to display those spirits of fuck you, y'all can build your own community, I'm just going to bomb it from the air, and y'all can build your own banks, we give y'all the freedom, but we still hate y'all, though. You know what I'm saying? It's more on that aspect. It's just like, some Caucasian people, or different color races, they might And so what these races will do, I got off track, man. What these racist people will do, or Caucasians or whatever race that that's being racist at the time, or displaying the spirit at the time, they'll display those spirits without even a concrete motive or genuine reason on why they feel that way. I could be on the job site and niggas would be talking about Mexicans and building the wall, and talking about how black people is lazy and all this other stuff. It's just like, I think about these things, I'm like, okay, we economically don't have more money than y'all, we don't have more guns than y'all, we don't have we're we came a long way, as far as like everybody living conditions came a long way. I want to say mentally, and us as a people came a long way, but our living conditions, we've came a long way, and y'all got way more than us. Why do you hate us so much? Why is there so much jealousy? And to protect something, to hold on to something, that's the real. If I wanted to give it a title, if I want to give racism a title, that's the real racism, is to want to hold it and not talk about the real issue of why you feel this way, or why that's your belief system, that that this race doesn't deserve you know what I'm saying, a normal life, or the same life that you have, or or just anything. It's jealousy, hatred, malice, envy. Those are spirits, though. This racism thing has been created. Dude, oh, he hates you because you're black. No, that's not the reason. He hates me because of my functionality, of on an even playing field, that you'll be null and void under the same curriculum, the same blueprint, the same mindset, the same healthy conditions, the same balance, same household balance. If I was on a even playing field with you, you'll be null and void. That means that nobody, there will be no competition. Even though there's not a competition, coming from the most talented person, which would be, the person that looks like me, and what I'm saying, or something like that, or maybe not, but it's all about functionality. It's not it's not a something. It's not a look that I get, like, you hate me. You're not looking at my skin color and saying, "Oh, I hate you. I just hate you because you're black, because you're black." And it's just like, no, let's bring it back for a little bit. Let's understand. You know what I'm saying? Let's understand these reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of my skin color. You cannot be jealous because of my skin color, because when you turn on the news, and when you know what I'm saying, when you look around the world, we're the most mistreated people. So you don't hate me because of my skin color. You know what I'm saying? You don't hate me because you think I'm still, you hate me because of my functionality, because of what I'm capable of, my real capabilities. That's where the hate and the jealousy comes from, because it's not topped, and internally you know that you don't compare. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not even the opinion. It's just based off history and proof, and just steady day by day, because we roll over everything, man. Don't give us a hockey puck. Don't give us a golf club. Don't put us in corporate. Don't. It's like we top everything. We have the most expanded minds that that the universe could really create, and niggas was a bad creation, in my opinion. That's not you want my opinion. Niggas was a bad creation, fam. Don't give us no, we was here under straight heart chakra stuff, you know what I'm saying? We'd be a beautiful creation if we wasn't, taught a certain thing with this, with the economics and just the human shell. A nigga was a bad creation, and that's just my opinion. It's kind of a joke or whatever, but at the same time, man, this is we're the best of what the cosmos spit out. We're the best of what the cosmos has spit out. And I say that with so much confidence and so much surety, in the sense that, because I know what my mind holds. I know what memories hold. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the best in every avenue of operation. I've learned about the best, even though y'all try to hide it in books and through our history and stuff like that. Y'all try to hide it, but I've seen the best in operation, and in the subject matters of what y'all deal with. You know what I'm saying? The best, the only thing y'all are good at, it really is the patent office and taxes and government. And pretty much masterminds at that, bullies, thieves, But what a thief does, like, I'm pointing out spirits. Like a bully, that's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's a spirit. A thief is a spirit. I'm not saying you white. No, no. I'm not saying you Arabs or white people or black people or I'm not pointing out a Pacific. There's no such thing. You point out the functionality. You at the end result. Okay. I'm kind of scrambled a little bit, but go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You gave these black people these rights. you freed them from slavery. You gave them, jobs, an economic system. Or you probably didn't give them that, but you gave them the opportunity to build their own. But the end result was jealousy and envy because you didn't think that racist or not racist or hatred and envy was controlled on an economic level or a way of living level, and it's controlled by that. That's where the real racism and the real hate comes from. Like a white person can walk up and call me a nigger. You know what I'm saying? I probably react a certain way, but in my higher self understands that either you're calling me a nigger off just your raised perception, or you're calling me a nigger because you truly hate and you understand where I stand, and this is eternally bull inside of you. So it's two different, like there's so many polarities in when you experience racism. You know what I'm saying? I just believe we experience on an educational level, economic level, political level, and all these different, levels. But I just believe it's more of a spirit than the actual title that was created. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can take your memory index and scroll back to all the Facebook ads and all the shootings and stuff like that, and the Black Lives Matters and the and all these things that point out racism and stuff like that. Man, it's just like we hold on to this word, and it's like the magic in that word. It's some type of magic in that word that keeps everybody on the, a black, a white, level, And so it's not a black and a white level, it's internal. These are spirits. These are spirits. It's just like when you hold on to tradition or when you hold on to just perception, you keep the ritual going, and the elitists understand this. The higher ups, they understand that. That's why they can, all the, majority of the posts that you see on your phone, y'all act like the government doesn't own cell phones just like you do. You act like they don't have people on payroll to post these videos just like you do. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all need to go back and look at some of these shooting videos where old boy, getting shot in the car and dude getting shot with his baby in the car and all these other things. And it's just like it's more of an agenda than the actual what they're trying to push. They're trying to push like if you're black, you will die, and that's the ritual. If you're black and you get pulled over by the cops, you're gonna get shot. And so everybody has this in the subconscious mind, and then they carry it out. They carry it out in the world, or where they, how they function. And so that's the ritual. The real ritual is fear, because that's what a bully does. And this goes back to the bully and a thief, and operating under that spirit. That's what a bully does. It's like a bully calling you up on your phone and saying, "Hey man, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass." And actually he's been doing that for a week straight. And you just like, you keep on answering the phone under this fear. You looking out the window, you shaking and shit like that. And it's just like, when this is like we know these things happen, but majority of us, we have to see it to believe it. I have to actually be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of these tragedies have been created to push a certain agenda, and that's what your spiritual eye is supposed to open up and see, that all of this is an illusion of something. Is an illusion for a perception that you're supposed to catch or you're supposed to hold on to. And so you see it on this, and you like, oh, bro, did you see this? And then your natural reaction, like, yeah, man, I saw that. That shit was crazy as hell, man. Dog, dude got shot. Or you see old girl in Chicago, dude, she got shot. Why you see old boy, he was on Facebook Live. They domed him right on Facebook Live. And it's just like, yeah, that happened. But did it really happen, though? Did it really happen? Did Sandy Hook really happen? Did 9/11 happen the way that it's supposed to happen? You know, and I'm saying all these conspiratorial things, but I'm saying them not in the sense of that. I'm not saying that you should be a conspiracy theorist and you shouldn't believe in all these things. No, I'm not telling the mind to focus on that. Of it just being a conspiratorial thing, but look at it as of how does it grasp the subconscious minds, and how does it naturally make you act when you hear these certain things. And it's just like when I see it now, when I see it with my spiritual eye, I say, okay, how am I supposed to react to these things? Is this worth it? Is this worth me giving my energy to? No, scroll up. It can, and there's been some major events where I've just done like this. Like, okay, nope. Cause I seen it already. I'm like, okay, what are they pushing? What you have to look at what's being pushed and what solid title is being pumped right now into your subconscious mind, and what energy that, you know what I'm saying, it wants to be displayed. And that's what they're looking at. And they're looking at everybody's reaction. You have a camera phone. They see your reaction. They see your spirit. They see what, and that's how they take their notes, because they know who believe and who don't really believe. They're like, oh, he conscious, but you can be conscious, but you know what I'm saying? How do you, like, what's your true subconscious nature? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be conscious, but what's your true subconscious nature? Do you really believe that, you know what I'm saying, these black folks really died on these phones? Man, oh, he had a phone. It was real. It was real. You saw the blood come out. You know what I'm saying? It was leaking all under the car and everything like that. And I'm just looking. I'm like, like, I've seen movies that look absolutely real. You know what I'm saying? They make spirits in movies, ghosts, and they make that shit look real. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, what? Now I don't judge it if it's real or not. I'm saying, what's the agenda being pushed right now? I don't even question if the videos, and this is like, respect to the families, respect to the people that have lost their lives to police brutality and just hatred, but I'm on a more of a now, how do we react to these things? You know what I'm saying? How do we react to these things? And I'm saying, let that shit roll off your shoulder and keep it moving, because racism was created, man. And it's an agenda that's pushed so heavy, and even by, you know, black leaders, you know, racism is pushed heavy. You know, we all need a Satan to, or we all need a evil villain to blame something on. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And it is somebody's fault. It's some motherfucking body's fault. The way, you know what I'm saying? The way shit is. It's definitely somebody's fault, you know? And so Uh, at the same time, man, it's an agenda. It's an agenda that that's being pushed to make you think that racism is real. And then once you get the picture from this thing right here from my camera, once you get that into your brain, and then you go on social media, and then you get the other people that do the same thing, and then you get their opinion, and it makes it real. It makes it real. Racism is real. It makes it real. Instead of saying like, okay, and then it's just like you walk into a place, it's just like, oh, did you see how that white girl was looking at me? Did you see how the waiter was treating me? Yeah, he was just acting like we just dogs and we ain't shit. And you know how it's just like, they got you right there. That's how societies are controlled. That's how societies are controlled. And it's big money in that. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. And so you click on it, and it brings up for discussion, and then it makes up for another story that keeps adding. Woman at a restaurant gets harassed, everybody's recording, racist waitress, racist waiter, you know what I'm saying, harasses a black woman and her 3 kids. And he's just like, oh, this is racism. I know it is. This is 2017. It don't make no motherfucking sense. And then it's just like, it continues. And so, you have to catch the rabbit in the hole. And once you catch the rabbit in the hole, it won't continue to keep going. You be like, I got your motherfucking ass. And it's just like, you have to take control of your subconscious mind. You have to take control of your subconscious mind. And if you do not take care of your subconscious mind, somebody will be taking care of it for you. There is no such thing as racism. There's no such thing as racism. These are all magical, ritualistic things that's been tried out and has worked. And that's what really magic is. It's just like you do a ritual, you let it go, you leave it out there, and then you don't think about it until it creates itself. You're like, damn, I know I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what I set up. Like, oh, boom. And then hundreds and hundreds of years, same perception. Same perception. You can control the poor like that because it's poor thinking. Poor thinking produces poor everything. You know what I'm saying? Poor thinking produces poor everything. And so, with this thing we call racism, it's an illusion. Racism is an illusion. There is no such thing as racism. There is only hatred. There's only envy, and I broke down that part. You like, Arson, why do they hate? Why do they envy you? Because of your functionality. Your functionality subsedes their functionality, and it has nothing to do with this skin color. I'm sorry I can run faster than you in the 40, fam. I'm sorry I can put it between my legs, and I'm sorry I can, go into a crowd or a party where it's majority of y'all, but 75% of your women want to fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sorry. It's just a simple fact that you have to recognize it's coming from that space. You got to recognize it's coming from that space. It's the jealousy. You know what I'm saying? George Washington Carver got his dick cut off because the slave master thought he knew that his daughter was gonna fuck him. No, your daughter was gonna fuck him. He wasn't gonna fuck your daughter. Your daughter was gonna fuck him. That's why George Washington Carver's dick got cut off. And all he had was everything up here. That's why that nigga created everything. Ford is in business because the Ford manufacturer, Ford Motor Company, is in business because of George Washington Carver. Do your research. That's for another video. And so it's for this thing we call racism is an illusion, and it's pushed, and it's a sick mindset. Until we can retweak our brains, it's just like until we can retweak it, because we're overloaded on this racism thing, and is more and more of it being pushed on the media screen. You know what I'm saying? And in the public and on television more than anything, because they want you to still believe in a lie. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as right. It's only hate. There's only spirits. It's only hate, envy, jealousy, malice, destruction, murder. There's only spirits behind what we're limited to do. You know what I'm saying? There's only spirits. My battery getting low. There's only spirits behind whole left side. There's only spirits behind what we're limited to do as a people. And those spirits you're in control of too. We're all in control of it. We can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like until we get off of this, you know, these people are holding me back. I can't do nothing because you know they're gonna intercept, they're gonna do this, and it's just like it's only spirits, you know. It's just like if you don't change your way of thinking, you know, you're gonna get left, and you're gonna get left into just sucked up and just stay in this, you know what I'm saying, age of Pisces or whatever, or that last energy that, you know, had the world under this lockdown type. Yeah, so yeah, man. There's no such thing as racism, man. It's just gotta. You have to. Now you have the opportunity to really take everything with a grain of salt and break it down and dissect it. And you know, some things don't need to require them things. Some things are just racist, and you got to understand that when next time you see something racist in your presence on social media, you know, news outlet or out, you got to ask yourself, okay, what perception is that coming from? Is there a true hatred? Is there a true malice of murder of black people, of how you feel? You know what I'm saying? And the people that feel like that really want to, you know what I'm saying, they really want to, you know what I'm saying, murder, and they just feel like our existence is just, you know what I'm saying, just an overload, you know what I'm saying. Those people, they're still out here, you know what I'm saying. They're just, you know, and they're trying to get us off, you know, off the earth through technology, you know what I'm saying. They're trying to, you know, slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying. They would rather for us to do our own demise than for them to, you know what I'm saying, for them to, you know, sit up there and just, you know, shoot you or whatever, fam. They're not going to do all that. They're not crazy. And the rich white people know they make money off black people, so they want to keep this matrix going. So all that illusionary, you know, race war type shit, man, that shit is not finna happen, man. They don't want to tear up this shit. They don't want to mess up this economy. They don't want to mess up this matrix doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's too many rebellious black folks out here. It's too many, you know, it has been a rise of consciousness that's been out here, and there's a lot of people that's more awake to You know what I'm saying? The conditions and the things that black people go through. But they're not gonna fuck up this this matrix system and mess up their paychecks and their children, their grandchildren's way of living to to try to put a stop to us, man. They like, okay, we gotta let them in, and that's basically what the families is fighting right now. They got a side that wants to eliminate us. They have a side that says, you stupid motherfucker, you can't eliminate us. That's how we make money. That's how your ass is rich. And they like, oh, but fuck them. But if we do let them in, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna take over, which is true. All these things are true. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at the same motherfucking time, it's inevitable. You know, that's what that's what the surge is for. That's what this light had came. You know, that's what this light is doing. You know what I'm saying? It's putting us in a better position. You know what I'm saying? It's putting us in a better position, and it's not. You know, it's not economic based. It's just a total. It's just a whole totality of just being. You know what I'm saying? A whole totality of being and a new way of being, of thinking. You know, I don't know what's going on with my battery, but.